Self-love. This was a word that I was so resistant to. I didn't want to hear about it. I thought it was a whole heap of like frou-frou, whatever frou-frou is. Yeah, I was just like, what is self-love? There's no way of attaining it. Everybody that talks about it is absolutely talking about bullshit, and there's no such thing as self-love. So you can probably guess from that, I was in a fairly frustrated, tormented, agitated space within myself. And this, this wasn't actually that long ago. I'd say at least maybe a year to 2 years ago. So I haven't come from a background of anorexia or bulimia, but definitely I had a past of really speaking negatively about myself, constantly judging myself, my self-worth, not feeling good enough, doubting myself, and it was just like a constant thing on repeat. This then had an impact on my eating behaviors. So I found food as a way to escape all those thoughts. I would, and this was while being raw vegan as well. For me, my escape was like nuts, dates, dense, heavy foods, banana ice cream with nuts and dates and more nuts and more nuts, until, I got to the point where I was so full, it would numb, I'd just be like, couch potato, not able to do anything. And then what would happen is like it would hit a reset button. So I would go from, feeling really shit, feeling myself full of food that I didn't really need. Maybe I did need, I don't know. And then the next morning I'd wake up and I'd be like, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fuck all my bad thoughts. I'm going to do what I want to do. And so, I would cruise along for a little while, be feeling really good, really pumped, and then bang, these thoughts would kind of pop back in, and then I'd just go into this spiral of thoughts, doubting myself, and and it would come at the craziest of times. Like I'd be traveling. In India, I was in India. I remember it so clearly. I was with my family. We were going to all of these amazing places. And yet I was having a really hard time because I was dealing with all these thoughts that were so based on my self-image, on feeling fat, on feeling unworthy, and all that kind of stuff. And so I guess I want to highlight that. I want to share my experience with you because I know there's some people out there that are going through the same things as well. And I mean, body image is such a huge it's a huge issue that we have in our society these days, and it's not really spoken about. I hear so many times us women especially, making comments about ourselves like, my belly's fat or my arms are big, and it's just like this constant talk to ourselves, downing ourselves all the time. And really kind of hit home for me was when I started to realize through, my own research and I guess through my own self-discovery that how badly I was speaking to myself, to my body, to myself, to my being. I was constantly telling my being, you're fat, you're ugly, you're no good. And how horrible is that? Like I would never ever say those things to somebody else, to my friends, to my family, but yet I was saying it to myself. So I went through, I guess, reading several self-help books, positive body image books, looking on the internet, all that kind of stuff. And then what I really started to not change, I just started to become aware of the language that I used towards myself, the thoughts that I had towards myself, the thoughts I had towards others, the thoughts, the words I used towards others, the way I was speaking about myself when I was talking to other people. I just started to become really aware of those things. And then once I became really aware, that's when I began to take that initiative to try to change those thoughts. Or when those thoughts would arise, I quickly stop and I would try to replace it with another thought. Or I would not try, I would replace it with another thought, a positive thought. And so I've now been incorporating this into my life for, I don't know, I guess maybe over the last year, 6 months. I still have, I still wake up some mornings and I'm just like, but then I click myself back out of it and I say, hey girl, you're damn fine. and I get on with my day. So yeah, I think the major thing for me was first becoming aware of our thoughts. And we say we know this stuff. We know to be positive about ourselves. We know to talk nicely to others. We know all that stuff, but do we actually practice it? We talk about positivity and being positive, staying in a positive mind frame, but do we practice it? That is the main thing. And for me, I wasn't practicing it. I was saying, yeah, I know all that shit, whatevers, but I wasn't practicing it. And that's where, taking action and practicing things, that's where the magic really happens. That's where things really start to shift and take place. Okay, so I just want to roll the camera back for a sec now. We've all heard about standing in front of the mirror, talking to yourself, telling yourself that you love yourself. I just want to say, when I first heard of this, I was like, that is utter bullshit. There is no way I can stand in front of the mirror and say, Amelia, I love you. I love you now. I approve of myself. I had to force myself to stand in front of the mirror every day and repeat 10 times over, Amelia, I love you just as you are right now. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. And it was really, really hard. It was really hard. And most of the time when I looked into the mirror and I saw myself, I was really disgusted by what I saw. But with a little bit of practice and a little bit of persistence, that disgust started to turn into an appreciation. And that appreciation turned into a lot of love. And, although where I currently am, I know I got a fine ass, but, I've got lots of goals within myself physically that I want to achieve. And I am not quite there yet, but I'm working towards there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, sure, I would love my belly to be, the fat around my belly to be a little bit less, and I would love to be stronger in my core, stronger in my upper body, and stronger in my leg, stronger all over. I still love and appreciate what I have now. I'm still grateful for what I have now. So I just want to say that although you're here and you may want to be here, you can still love yourself here and be working towards here. There's no, for me, for a really long time, I was waiting until I was here and then I would start loving myself. So while I was here, I was like, I can't love myself, only when I'm here. But actually, it's got to start here. You've got to start loving yourself here. So I've spoken a little bit now about my thoughts, the way I think. I think that's a really, really huge game changer. Another way that I give love to myself is through nourishing myself with foods that nourish me back. So through eating a raw foods diet consisting only of fruits, sweet, juicy fruits, vegetables, so mainly green leafy vegetables, things that are easy to digest, and a few nuts and seeds. That's how I nourish my body. My body knows what to do with those foods. As soon as it enters my body, it's compatible. It's easily digestible. There's not much energy expenditure that my body has to go through in order to digest that food. So it can get the maximum output from the input that I'm giving into my body. So, and the really beautiful thing was that once I started this journey with raw foods, with incorporating more fresh fruit, more vegetables into my diet, it was like this pathway unfolded for me. My only option was to start loving myself. My only option was to start really thinking about my thoughts that I had towards myself. So that's what I say to a lot of people. Incorporating more fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet opens up so many more beautiful pathways for yourself. When you start taking care of your body, and incorporating foods which nourish it, it's like it triggers something. It triggers a pathway, and you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. So, another thing that I really love to give to myself is to let myself sweat. So I love taking myself for a run. I love taking my body for a run, going for a bike ride, training capoeira, whatever it may be, doing bodyweight exercises, going to a group fitness class, hiking up a mountain. I love sweat on my body. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel so good. It just, I feel like Superwoman, you know, when I'm doing those things. And I love the exploration of finding the capacity of my body. You know, I always turn to nature, you know, because I look at other animals like monkeys or cheetahs or, you know, whatever animal it is, and they all have their own unique kind of power. Like a cheetah is able to sprint so fast, a monkey is able to swing through the trees, you know, and it's like our bodies have these amazing capabilities as well, and I want to explore that. So having physical movement, whether it's yoga, running, weightlifting, whatever, it's like I'm exploring this machine I've been given, you know. I'm not just being stagnant with it. I'm exploring it, and that excites me, and that gives me lots of love. Another one is getting good sleep. I love sleeping. I love getting good sleep. So for me, that's really important. I really try to integrate getting at least 8 hours sleep a night. That's what makes me feel really good. Some people feel really good on 7. Some people feel really good on 10. But yeah, just getting good sleep, waking up, feeling fresh in the morning, and yeah, that's a way that I love myself also too. So I don't use any stimulants. That's a form of self-love that I give to myself. I don't drink coffee, tea, eat chocolate, drink alcohol. All those things inhibit my body's innate ability to take care of itself. So I don't use any stimulants. I don't need any stimulants. When you're working in line with your biological design, she just takes care of itself. You don't need to prod it and poke it with things that don't aid its functioning. So that's another great form of self-love that I give to myself. So one of my other favorite things for self-love is it's in line, I guess, with getting to bed early. I love waking up early. Sunrises, getting up, going out on a run early in the morning, or going out onto the beach or up on top of a mountain to watch the sunrise is just one of the most godliest things for me. I feel like I'm so close to that thing, you know, that we can't describe, that beautiful energy that flows through all of us and around all of us. And for me, sunrises and that time in the morning is just so special. It's the time where, you know, there's not many people about. You get to have the whole space to yourself. It's such a beautiful energy, and yeah, to see the sunrise is like being close to the gods, you know, being close to God in here. I hope you've enjoyed my video on self-love, and I hope you go to the mirror right now and just love yourself up hardcore, because you are a gorgeous being, and we're so blessed to have you here. So have a beautiful day. enjoy yourself. Remember to eat lots of fruit and veggies. Move your beautiful body. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.